Tonight, the town of Hinesburg is mourning the loss of a longtime firefighter. 63-year-old Eric Spivak died from sudden cardiac arrest Sunday. ABC 22's Matt Holderman spoke with Hinesburg's fire chief about one of the department's longest-serving members. And Matt is now live in the studio tonight.
Yeah, Lauren, that's right. Well, Spivak has been a firefighter for more than 35 years in total, and more than 2 decades of that were in Hinesburg, joining the department back in July of 1998. After serving as assistant chief for a number of years, the department promoted him to deputy chief in the wake of his death.
Eric's always been very dedicated to the department. It's been a very prideful point of his life.
This past Sunday, Hinesburg firefighters responded to one of the most difficult medical calls of their careers. Their own assistant chief, Eric Spivak, went into cardiac arrest while doing outdoor chores at his house.
We actually had to respond to his house yesterday, unfortunately, and provide care to him. Very difficult day, very difficult incident for us to respond to, but our crews were phenomenal. Provided Eric with the best possible care he could have got, and unfortunately we just didn't have a positive outcome.
Hinesburg's fire chief Nick Baker says Spivak not only loved his fire department, but loved his community and family, the things he poured his all into during his life. Back in 1986, when he was 26 years old, Spivak began his career as a firefighter in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. He spent 12 years there before moving to Hinesburg in 1998 and joined the Hinesburg Fire Department almost immediately. He got settled into the small Vermont fire station and community and never left, giving a quarter-century of service to the people of Hinesburg.
Something that meant a lot to him. Very passionate about his service in town, cared a lot about this community, very loving husband and father.
Even though he didn't need to later on in his career, Baker says one of Spivak's favorite things to do was drive the fire trucks, often hopping behind the wheel of engine number 1.
He loved driving the fire truck, and every time I got down here, he'd be in the left seat ready to drive. And I always had to tell him, Eric, you're a chief. You can ride in the right seat. You can be in charge of the call. And he's like, I just like to drive.
Earning the respect of hundreds, if not thousands of people over the years, fire departments from across Vermont shared their condolences throughout the day Monday, with many offering to help the Hinesburg Fire Department as they deal with the loss. But Chief Baker says they're focused on helping Spivak's family and says donations can be made to the Hinesburg Firefighters Association. Now, the services for Spivak will be held privately for his family, but the Hinesburg Fire Department will have an open house to celebrate his life. It'll be this Wednesday evening from 4:15 to 6:30. Live in the studio, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.